It's a great pleasure for me to have an opportunity to participate in this year's forum. Prior to us, several politicians, including our former president, has participated in the forums of this institute, so this is an honor for me to be one of them this year. Thanks to the Academy for Cultural Diplomacy and partner organizations for convening this forum. The thematic focus of this organization, of this year's forum, which emphasizes sustainability in economics and responsibility in investments, are highly relevant issues for economic development. In this context, I want to share with you some thoughts on how we envision and define the economic and social development landscape for the foreseeable future in Afghanistan, given the ongoing peace and reconciliation efforts in my country, which hopefully will be successful and will therefore open up new opportunities of partnership and cooperation for our partner nations, especially our European partners, as well as partners from the private sector entities. What I wish to emphasize here today is it is time that our development partners further broaden the sphere of engagement with Afghanistan. So far, their cooperation and partnership efforts have mostly focused on peace strengthening, security strengthening, human rights promotion, and broader development sectors, which has undoubtedly transformed Afghanistan. And now we all see a new Afghanistan, much different from what it was just over a decade ago. However, one area which has not received the necessary attention and resources is the labor market administration and human capital development planning. This is an area for which my ministry and some partner agencies are mandated. I want to propose through this forum to our partners today that for achieving sustainable economic development in Afghanistan, one important area for our engagement and partnership should be to strengthen our labor market governance. This will be especially important in a post-peace environment where we are already anticipating large number of Afghans returning from abroad. Ladies and gentlemen, dear partners, before I make proposals for cooperation, I'd like to give you a brief situation analysis of our current labor market. Our labor market today is faced with enormous pressure. The most crippling challenge is low macro demand or slow economic growth, which means an economy that is not producing enough jobs. You can have the best workforce on earth, but what if your economy is not producing enough jobs? Another challenge is of demographic pressure. We have on a daily basis, on average, between 1,200 to 1,500 people reaching working age. On top of this, we have over 2 million people already unemployed, and on average, approximately 1 million people returning every year to their homeland. This renders our labor market seriously challenged. And the most urgent of these challenges is a labor market characterized by high unemployment rate. High unemployment, as you are all aware, is a serious socio-economic challenge, but also a highly important stabilization issue. Today in Afghanistan, the second most talked about issue after insecurity is that of unemployment. It is unemployment that leads to irregular migration and social instability. To effectively address these problems, I propose 4 key areas for strong cooperation on labor market administration. Number 1, employment promotion. Absence or lack of employment opportunities continue to be a serious impediment to the effective reintegration of returnees. Currently, despite our improving progress on the employment promotion agenda over the past 2 years, we have yet to improve our jobs performance. We know it is not the government's job to directly create jobs, but we need to enable the conditions through stronger private sector involvement to promote investments in jobs-rich sectors such as agriculture, telecommunication, mining, etc. In this area, we look forward to continuing our discussions with our European partners on how we can scale up the existing employment promotion initiatives and possibly launch new employment promotion projects. Number 2, opening new regular migration corridors to new destination countries. Due to a long history of conflict and economic hardship, Afghans are known to be mobile internationally, but their movements in the past were mostly unmanaged and often due to displacement. This often happened in a manner that caused concern in countries where Afghans arrived. This is what we would like to shift away from with our push towards making Afghanistan a labor-sending country with strong labor-sending system. Also, providing guarantees to our labor-receiving country partners. Managed labor migration from the perspective of the labor-receiving country offers better control over domestic labor markets, diminished security concerns, and better alignment with the skills need of the economy. From the perspective of the labor-sending country, Afghanistan in this case, it offers more access to jobs, potentially higher wages, and better protection for workers. Here, I just would like to point to strengthening evidence that opening managed labor migration channels to Afghanistan job seekers would have stronger developmental and poverty reduction impact in Afghanistan than the otherwise also needed development assistance in financial forms. We have just opened a corridor to the United Arab Emirates. We are implementing a major labor migration project with the World Bank support to enable the first dispatch of over 2,500 Afghan workers to the UAE in the next few months. In the months ahead, a scale-up of the project will be approved, which we hope will increase our managed migration flows to tens of thousands. Our negotiations are also ongoing with a number of other countries in Gulf region. However, it is our considered view that for the foreseeable future, our growth projections are not promising. Our domestic economic growth will not be able to generate enough jobs. Therefore, it is important that we open additional mutually beneficial migration corridors. We'd like to start working with our partners to explore possible ways of managed, demand-driven, mutually beneficial migration corridors to European countries. This, in our view, will be a significant contributor to Afghanistan's self-reliance agenda in the context of anticipated decline in foreign assistance. Third, market-responsive skills development. Thanks to the support of our partners, we have implemented large number of skills development projects in Afghanistan over the past 17 years. Government, NGOs, international organizations, and private sector have trained hundreds of thousands of Afghans in different skills sectors. Now, we are taking our skills development programs to better respond to the needs of new industries in the country, as well as the needs of international labor markets. GIZ and our German partners have made strong contribution to the TVET sector in Afghanistan. We are implementing historic education and training curricular reform to prepare our young people for the needs of the current and future world of work. We are well aware of the unprecedented changes that are happening in the world of work and are trying to improve our human capital development planning. In this respect, we look towards strengthening the ongoing partnership with our European partners to address the challenges of scale and scope in how we educate and train our people. Afghanistan's vision is to become a connector, a roundabout of our region, and to play a more constructive role in the economic development of the region, and that is not possible without strong human capital and strong labor market management institutions. 4, diaspora engagement. Afghans living anywhere in the world have a strong connection with their home country. They are our treasure, our sense of pride and honor throughout the world. We have every intention to do everything we can do to strengthen their connection and engagement with Afghanistan in a mutually beneficial way. I want to take this opportunity to thank our German partners for the support they have provided to our diaspora engagement work. I am pleased to share with you that the presidentially appointed interministerial committee has made impressive progress on our diaspora engagement work. The draft policy on diaspora engagement has been developed, consulted on, and will soon be presented to His Excellency the President for his guidance. We have completed a diaspora mapping exercise in 4 new countries: the Netherlands, United States, Canada, and Australia. A country diaspora need assessment is well underway, and we are working closely with our partners toward the convening of an international Afghan diaspora conference this year. Diaspora engagement will be a long-term agenda. The policy identified specific areas of intervention. We look forward to working with our partners in Afghan diaspora networks towards the finalization and implementation of arrangements of the policy. Today, we discussed with Mr. Mark that perhaps we could organize, because the diaspora engagement is an inseparable part of the cultural diplomacy. So we discussed that perhaps we could collaborate on this, and in the coming months, we could organize this international Afghan diaspora conference here in Germany together. So here, I end my speech, the written part. So I cut several parts to make it short, because this is the end part of the 3 days conference. The full text of my speech is with the Institute. Those who wish to have it, they can have it. So here, I want to make a few more points. One is, I'm so glad to see that so many young Afghans are studying here. They are doing their master's courses, and this is very promising. I would encourage them and all other students present here or not present here, as we today also agreed to broaden our cooperation on sending young Afghans for studying here in the Institute of Cultural Diplomacy. I'd encourage our young colleagues to think and work on the issues I brought up in my speech, particularly our 4 proposals, and to think on our part, we offer our support to any of the students who would like to make researches or to write their theses on the issues related to the labor market administration and broader employment issues, social security issues, and also the diaspora engagement issues. Thank you very much, and I'm open to any questions if there are any. Please.
When you open up these migration corridors with other countries, such as the United Arab Emirates, are they for specific industries, or is it only driven by the demand of that partner country?
Absolutely driven by the demand of the country and more specifically by the demand of businesses, the employers who want to recruit Afghan workforce. No more?
Additional questions or comments? This is your chance. Afghanistan, also the labor market, which is important, I think. Esteban? Why looking at me? I wasn't sure if you were.
Yes, at the end of the third day, it's absolutely understandable. but let me also say that this is my first visit and first participation in this forum. We are deeply interested to continue this cooperation. I arrived this morning. I made a lot of effort to meet it, because the time was so short. If I was delayed half a day, I would have missed this forum. So we tried everything to make it, and I'm glad that we made it. I would also like to thank your colleague, Mr. Sulaiman. And here is Mr. Aryai, who is acting for the our ambassador here, for both of them, who helped me very strongly and sincerely to make it possible. Thank you. Thank you all of you.